Search engine optimization helps your website rank higher in search engines like Google, which if you're a business, that's a pretty big deal. Luckily, with us today, we have web strategist Naren to talk us through some of the basics. How's it going, Naren?
Good. How are you, Austin?
Doing great. Wondering today about SEO. I know it's search engine optimization. What are the things that Google is looking for on our site to help us rank higher?
So search engines consider a lot of things, right? But on a very highest of high levels, relevant content. So you have to keep in mind search engines are there to give the most relevant information to a user whenever they type something in, right? So having quality information that's informative, engaging, addressing the search intent of the user is going to be extremely important. That's the bread and butter of search engine optimization. And so you can do things by, targeting specific keywords and, making sure that you have a good kind of calendar for content that you're continually posting, whatever it may be, right? So that's number one, first and foremost, the most important. The second is technical SEO. So this is going to be things like page speed, the actual experience users are having when they visit your site, when they click on that blue link on the listing page and land on your site. Is that experience good? Right. So a lot of things go into that, like mobile friendly design, if you're, your page load speed, having a clean code structure, stuff like that. But that clean experience, fast page loading speeds. I'm sure you've had an experience before where it's like you click on something and it takes like 8 million years for it to load. What do you end up doing?
Just, I'm out of there. Yep.
Exactly. So you're not going to maintain your people, even if you have the best content. So that's kind of like the trade-off, right? Like even if you have the best content, if users can't actually consume that, then it's kind of all for naught, right? So they go hand in hand. Those are definitely the two most important. But then on a more kind of in-depth side, you can look at backlinks. So backlinks are things that are just links from other websites to your website, to your content. And search engines will give you kind of more authority if you have high quality backlinks. So if it's, from a reputable brand or something and they're linking to you for more information, that's going to boost you a little bit as well.
So that's not like on your page, you set up a hyperlink to go somewhere else. It's kind of someone else doing that for you.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's going to be them linking to your website and your content because maybe you're the expert on that specific thing that maybe they aren't. And that gives you that extra SEO juice.
Okay, cool. That makes sense. And something I've heard is that video can actually be helpful to help you show up higher in rankings. Why is that?
Yeah, so video can be a really powerful tool for SEO. The biggest thing is engagement, right? So if you are sitting on a web page for a longer amount of time, consuming, like watching a video, then Google sees that as a positive sign. It's like this person is staying on this page and they're engaging with this content, and video is a really good way to achieve that. So, and just with the video boom of everything, right? Like with TikTok and the shorts and everything going on, people are a little bit lazy nowadays, right? Like I'd rather myself, I'd rather watch a video than read a, super long article in some cases, right? So video just gives you that opportunity to engage in a different way, and it gives you the ability to visually explain things also. So you have like that upper hand of your video is actually valuable to the person, where an article may have been difficult to explain in an article format.
Gotcha. And you mentioned something a little bit earlier about site speed. And so for business owners, even for me, like I'm technical, I know about certain things, but I'm not technical in the area of websites and would know even where to begin improving my page speed. What would you recommend for people to do in that arena?
Yeah, so page speed, the biggest culprit that I see on hundreds of websites are images. You have to make sure that you're compressing your images. And you can use tools there's free tools out there that you can use to compress your images, just kind of re-upload them to your website. One's imagecompressor.com. So like, really easy it's one that I recommend all the time, right? It's easy to remember. That is a huge one. Images is usually the biggest culprit. But then there's other more technical things, right? Like your hosting provider, making sure that your code is clean and that it's running in an efficient way. And The most important thing though is going to be the images, especially if they're above the fold. They're loading, they're taking a longer time to load the assets on the page because it's loading a gigantic image or whatever. So it's definitely the first place that I would start there.
Okay, that makes sense. So to start out, check all your images, see if you can compress those. And then if you still need help, maybe seek out that help from someone else for more of the technical code side of things, it sounds like.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. So if you're not comfortable, if you don't have like a developer in house or dev savvy yourself, definitely seek the advice and help of a developer, because they can help take care of those more technical things for you and just knock those out.
Awesome. Cool. So if you had to give one recommendation for a business owner who wanted to improve their SEO today, what would you tell them to do?
I would definitely stress the importance of that content, right? You want to make sure that you are creating really high quality content. They ask, you answer. If they're asking those questions, you need to be answering in a really effective way, right? And then number two is that technical SEO part. If again, they go hand in hand. If I can't load the page with all your awesome content, then I'm gonna bounce, right? So those two things, making sure you're optimizing your images and having really, really good content, are the best next steps that you can do, that you can take away from this and do that right now.
Awesome. Cool. Well, thanks, Naren. Always love hearing your expertise, and we'll see you on the next episode.
All right. Thanks, Austin.
Like Naren said, one of the best places to start is just by creating the content that answers the questions that your buyers have. If you need help with more of the technical side of these website things, or if you need help with your content strategy, let us know at impactplus.com today.